Hello, welcome to Channel ZS. Today, I'll be reviewing this. This is my game controller for PC, my portable one. And it's called the Genius MaxFire Pandora Pro. Now, it's really cool actually because it comes in this great case right here. This is right in the box. And open it up, you really get a sense of how small this controller is. If you've ever seen it online, it's a really, really tiny controller. It looks even small online, but it's really, really small in real life. I gotta say, I really like this thing. Even though it's very small, it not only does it have vibration feedback, but it also feels really good in your hand. It feels kind of like a NES controller, only a little more comfortable, actually. Or a SNES controller, but it's a little smaller. It's actually, it's a little close up here. It's actually really nice. And I don't know if you can read that, you probably can't, but it's actually, it says turbo, and that's because this is a turbo gamepad. You can have auto repeat. I just holding the turbo button and hitting a button, and if you want to get rid of it, you can hold clear and hit the button. This makes it actually a really great game controller for playing NES games like 1943, or SNES games like Space Megaforce, where you really need the turbo. Let's see. It also comes, so now, how do you connect it to the computer? Well, it's not wireless. You need this. This is the retractable USB cable. Now, a lot of people complain that it's not very long, but I find that it's an ample amount of cord for what you're going to really need with it. It's really mostly for notebook gaming, which is what I use it for anyway, but I also use it on my desktop machine at home. For games, it's really a lot better than using a keyboard. If this is the first controller for you, it's definitely a good one. Now, I also want to talk about the controller itself, the design of it. Okay, you can see that it's set up so it's got all the same buttons as an original PS1 controller. That's the only controller that's set up in a configuration similar to this. Now, it has 4 buttons here. These are pretty good buttons. You know, they're really good, nice, clicky buttons. That's what they should be. And you know, they're great for playing, you know, any game really. What is interesting though is this analog stick. Now, it is an analog stick. It has analog response, which means it's really pretty cool. I use it. It's great for systems that have analog response, such as the N64. Although it doesn't have enough buttons for emulating N64 well, it does have that analog stick, which is key in a lot of games, especially like Quake. If you're trying to play Quake with a keyboard, it's horrible. But, however, these buttons on the sides, the shoulder buttons, I have a little to say about these. They're okay. Some of them feel a little mushier than others. Like, the 5 one on mine is the best. The 6 doesn't seem as good, or the 9. Oh, the other thing is, if you're trying to look at the buttons, if you notice that they're upside down on top. I don't know if you can see that, but they are actually upside down. Which, you know, it's a little annoying, but it's not like you're really going to be looking at them in size. A lot of emulators count button 1 as button 0, so it's kind of confusing anyways. So, really, in the end, this is actually a great controller. You can use it with any mini USB to USB cable. It's just mini USB standard. And it's a great controller. I've used it, I've brought it around like on vacation and things like that, and it works really well. I gotta say, this is a great buy. I got it on Tiger Direct for about $18. It's a great deal, I gotta say. And it comes with this handy case too. Everything fits in here. It's even got a little slot here for like, memory cards and things. It's really good. So actually, a few gripes. The controller itself, the build quality is not that good. You might be able to hear the plastic. I mean, in some spots it's not that good. Oh yeah, one more thing. Folds in half. I thought I didn't say this yet. It actually folds in half, and you can carry it like this. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not like it fits in the case like this. It should, but it doesn't. I mean, but it's pretty cool. Nonetheless, it's actually a really cool feature to have it like this. Oh yeah, one more thing. There's no start select button. There really should be. These turbo buttons should be. You should be able to map these as start select buttons, because it's really annoying that there's no start select button, especially when you're playing like a game that has a start button, and you have to map it as one of these. You know, like, or like if on the SNES, you have to map because it has shoulder buttons. So you have to map these outside shoulder buttons as start and select, which is pretty annoying. I mean, like, they really should have thought of that. They really should have thought, okay, yeah, we're going to make a game controller, and it's not going to have any start buttons, because that's a great way to make a game controller, isn't it? No. But I really think, though, that this should have had start buttons, start select buttons. That's the one gripe I have about this, the one major one, besides the build quality. I mean, but other than that, and the build quality is not that big of an issue. Really, it's not like it's going to, like, fall apart in your hands. It's pretty sturdy, except for that. But anyway, other than that, it's pretty good. I gotta say, I like this controller quite a lot. If you're getting a first game controller or one, even like another one for travel, this is really good. It is my only game controller, and that's what I use when I'm emulating. So it's really good controller. I'd highly recommend it. So this is Channel CS, and this is the Genius Maxfire Pandora Pro.